So today I would like to share my thought processes on this beautiful pair called the Nasdaq, as well as the L, which I found myself taking over the course of almost I said tomorrow. The L I found myself taking over the course of this morning. Right now, guys, listen, we said that this was our point of interest, right? Maybe if I can go on the weekly time frame, right? This whole area was basically the point of interest, which I have my eye out on, right? So when I saw that the Nasdaq found itself just tanking towards the downside this morning when I woke up, right, I was like, what the heck, right? What the heck? So the moment we basically found ourselves coming all the way back down, back into my point of interest, right? This is basically when I just found myself scaling all the way back down to my lower time frame and saw the following, right? I'm not gonna find myself like breaking down price because I actually was quite lazy. I didn't find myself doing too much, right? So yeah, we found ourselves having a push into the point of interest. I found myself going long from this beautiful inside bar, which price found itself creating. Right now, normally my actual way of finding myself executing price would basically be if I can see a pattern like this, retest, and then find myself going long, right? But you know what? I didn't find myself doing that. And that is my rules, and I found myself getting, you know what? I had to pay the expense, right? I had to pay the expense. I found myself paying the expense right over there. And yeah, I found myself having quite a big a risk on this trade, but I also had a huge reward on this trade as well, right? Basically, just back into the highs of where we found ourselves having the gap, right? And how I'm basically looking at price is simply, if we are going to create a gap, we need to see price at least filling up this gap right over there, right? And yeah, that was the L which I found myself taking. Now, one thing to take note is the following, right? We can simply see that now we are, slamming through the point of interest. But fam, listen, don't forget that this is the weekly time frame, right? So this candle can easily just find itself having a push towards the upside and have some sort of a closure right over there, or maybe just find itself creating like a beautiful like a hammer candle and then just have a further continuation move back up, right? This is the weekly time frame. Keep that in mind. All right. So just because on the lower time frame we are having a shift back to the downside, that does not really mean anything to me. However, you know what, if the daily time frame is just simply gonna find itself having a further dip back towards the downside and have a closure below over the course of today and tomorrow, then I would be like, yes, yes, yes. Where's the next draw of liquidity? There. So then there is that possibility for us basically coming all the way back down there, right? And if we can follow, if I would basically just have to follow like how I'm approaching a trend line, is it's like the following, right? If I'm gonna see a closure below, wait for some sort of a retest whatsoever, then wait for Nasdaq to complete the trend line right over there, right? And this is quite ridiculous, I must say. Like from where current price is currently, that is about 6,700 pips back towards the downside, which is quite a lot, right? Which is quite a lot. But you know what? Is it possible for price to do that? There is still a possibility for price to find itself doing that, right? However, we are finding ourselves being inside our ascending trend line. So let's find ourselves just being quite reactive of what price is presenting right over here, right? Now, if I can maybe just go to the VIX, right? If I can maybe just go to the VIX, maybe if I can do this, right? Maybe if I can do this, I think this will be so much better. Yeah, this will be so much better. Right, so if I can maybe go on the VIX on this side, like that, right? Now, check this out. Maybe I should make myself smaller, right? Check this out. This is one thing that is also fiddling with me when it comes down to the VIX and the Nasdaq, right? Now, a few weeks ago, we basically pointed out that we can see that further continuation move back towards the upside, right? And we need to see liquidity being taken. Liquidity was basically violated. A high has been violated. We came back for the retest and we had to shift back towards the upside, right? Cool. And that was a reasoning to why we wanted to see the Nasdaq have some sort of a pullback towards the downside, simply because, you know what, if our volatility is finding out, our volatility index is finding itself having a push to the upside, you know what, our index will find itself having the opposite direction, right? But then over the course of the day, look at that. Look at this. Right, so we basically find ourselves having a huge pushback towards the upside, right? And currently I do have this area in mind, right? Let me just find myself doing the following. So zoom price in and go on the weekly time frame. There is an actual an inversion fair value gap, right over here, right there, which I'm going to box out like that, which I'm going to box out just like that. Bang, right? And we can currently see that price is tapping within the inversion fair value gap, right? So can we see price have some sort of a pushback towards the downside from this area? Or are we just simply going to see price have a further continuation move back towards the upside? Because if we're going to see the further continuation back to the upside, this is going to be bonkers, right? This is going to be crazy. This is going to be mad. Because check this out. This is why I'm saying this. If we can maybe go back in time, right? And just find ourselves looking at what happened when we had this push to the upside right over there, right? Let's point it out like this. This is 2020 February, right? And this is March. So basically that month, right, in 2020. Now let's go back. Let's go back to the Nasdaq, right? Check this out. So on the Nasdaq, in that month, look at what Nasdaq did. Nasdaq had a drop of 3,134 pips. A lot. A lot. Right? Now, if that is not concerning to you, check this out. Check this out. Right? Check this out. Keep in mind, that thing moved like what 3,100? And this push on the VIX was around about um 71 pops to the upside, right? 71, that man, 71, and we had a 3,100 pip drop on the Nasdaq, right? Now let's see what's happening currently. We have already find ourselves to current price. We already found ourselves having a 3,200, much more than back then, 200 pip move back to the downside, right? With the volatility index finding itself not even reaching the high at, you know what, where we find ourselves reaching in 2020, right? So check this out. That's the high right over there. And look at where we are currently. So if the volatility index would find itself having to push all the way back up, back into those highs, there is that possibility of us having that down back to the downside, right? That huge shift back down, right? So that to me is quite concerning, right? So I'm basically waiting to see, can we have a rejection from this area onwards, right? Because if we can have a rejection from this area onwards, this simply means that, you know what, there's a high possibility for us then having the shift towards the upside when it comes down to this beautiful pair called the Nasdaq, right? Because don't forget, even when we go to the DXY, right? If I can maybe go on the DXY, don't forget that the DXY is finding itself also having a further continuation dip back to the downside, right? So how I'm basically looking at it, or how I'm basically looking at it, is that, you know what, one needs to give, right? One needs to give. Nasdaq is moving down, the DXY is also finding itself moving down, right? So if we can have the rejection on the volatility index, have some sort of a change in market structure, then we can find ourselves filling up those beautiful, well, this beautiful longs when it comes down to this beautiful pair called the Nasdaq, right? But if we're just gonna find ourselves having the continuation move back towards the downside, um, on the dollar index, right, and not seeing the Nasdaq finding itself also having some sort of a shift to the upside and just tanking, that what's the stuff that they're talking about, like recession and you know. Yeah, you know, it's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be chaos. That's all I can say. It's going to be chaos. But you know what? How I'm basically looking at it is, you know what? It's gonna happen. It needs to happen. Right? It needs to happen. It's gonna get much worse before it's gonna get better. Like that's how I'm looking at it, right? And like from an investment perspective as well, if we can see that the back to the downside, I mean the shift to the upside can't be, you know what, that I don't think that the Nasdaq will turn bearish and will forever be a bearish market whatsoever, because it's not. It is a bullish market, right? Our tech industries, they aren't gonna find themselves falling back, right? Our tech industry will always lead because we are moving into that space, right? However, we do need that shift to the downside. But if we can see that deeper retracement back to the downside, right, this will simply mean that the pullback, right? If we maybe can go to the 2-month time frame, this is where you're going to see it so much more clear. That if we can find ourselves coming all the way back down, back into this area right there, right, you know what, the push back towards the upside would be great, because what we can see is that we do have a beautiful low, higher low, right? We can see that we do have a high, higher high. So what is the one thing that we are missing at this current moment? Right, the one thing that we are currently missing at this moment is the higher low, right? So we need to find ourselves coming and, you know, creating that higher low. So if we can have a closure below, then obviously, you know what, we can see that further dip back towards the downside when it comes down to this beautiful pair called the Nasdaq, right? So yeah, you know, that is the L which I found myself taking over the course of today, right? And yeah, you know, is what it is what it is. I also felt like I'm not uploading too much the L's which I'm finding myself taking, right? Because I'm always uploading it on my Instagram, right? I'm always uploading it on my story as well as in my actual community as well, right? So I think that I will share a little bit more of my losses on YouTube as well. Okay. But other than that, you know what? The New York Stock Exchange is going to find itself opening up in a few, right? And I will find myself participating with price over the course of today and maybe tomorrow as well, right? But ultimately, I would just like to see what's going to find itself happening on this pair, right? Based off what I basically just shown you, like of the volatility index. Okay. So if I can maybe just remove everything and just start off with a clean chart, right? um yeah, you know, that would be cool. Or that's what I'm gonna find myself doing. So I'm not gonna find myself bothering you guys with all the analysis stuff, right? I'm gonna forward this part, and once I get my actual entry, I'm gonna show that to you. So instead, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Much love from me, and I will highly appreciate that. All right, let's go. All right, fam. So just like I had mentioned, you know, earlier inside the video, right, how I didn't wait for my opportunity to find itself opening up, right? Basically the pattern to find itself opening up. So right over here, you guys can clearly see the pattern find itself opening up, right? Closed above, came back for the test, and then we had a beautiful shift back towards the upside, right? Fam, listen, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I highly do appreciate each and every single one of you. If you find yourself taking away something from this content, or you want to make some commentary, you know what, make sure to leave it in the comment section. Much love from me, your boy D. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm out.